Season's greetings and welcome to the 1994 Marion Holiday Kaleidoscope Parade. I'm Carol Jennings with Blue Ridge Public Television, and it's been my pleasure for 5 years to be able to visit with a crew and tape this exciting parade in Marion. First up, we had a parade banner carried by members of the Marion Senior High School Interact Club. And following them is a color guard, a marching unit from Marion VFW Post number 4667. Here are the town officials, the Honorable Marshall E. Guy Mayor and Chief of Police Charles Overby. They're riding in a vehicle provided by King Ford Chrysler Dodge Plymouth Jeep Eagle. Here's the Marion Intermediate School Band. This is the first time the Intermediate School Band has been in the parade. They're leading the way for the parade marshal. Band director is Noel Collins. Is this year's parade marshal, Mrs. Evelyn Lawrence. She is a retired teacher very well known in the Marion area for her love and concern for the children. She is riding in a vehicle provided by King Ford Chrysler Dodge Plymouth Jeep Eagle. This is the Marion Rotary Club banner. The motto of the Rotary Club is Service Above Self. Many of the programs of Rotary International benefit children of the world. And here's our first professional float in the parade from Klein Float Company of Catawba, North Carolina. It's sponsored by the Marion Rotary Club. The riders are Bigs and Littlers from the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Smith County. Up next is Cub Scout Pack 190. This Cub Scout pack is sponsored by Royal Oak Presbyterian Church. Not only does this pack have scouts marching in the parade today, they have a float as well. The Kazim Legion of Honor, the color guard for the Kazim Temple in Roanoke, Virginia. It represents the North America Shrine with the American flag, the Canadian flag, and the Mexican flag. They're sponsored today in the parade by Walmart. Following behind this colorful display is another of the several lead vehicles furnished by King Ford Chrysler Jeep Eagle. It's leading the Piedmont Shrine Mini Model Ts from Martinsville, Virginia. This unit includes 9 replicas of Model T automobiles along with a wrecker. They're sponsored in today's parade by Barnett's Funeral Home. And here we have the Easy Stop Dairy Queen entry. It's the Exxon Tiger with friends handing out candy all along the parade route. And here is another of the professional floats. This one is sponsored by Smith County Community Hospital. Riders are members of the Hospital Auxiliary. Twirling their way down the parade route are the Sugar Grove Sugar Twists, a baton group consisting of 35 girls. Their ages range from kindergarten through 8th grade, and they attend the Sugar Grove Combined School. Here we have the Northwood Middle School Band. Let's take a listen. Next up is Diamond Cab Company. For the first time this year, the parade committee offered prize money for units participating in the parade, and this unit won first place in the business category. Here we have another float from Klein Float Company of Catawba, North Carolina. This one is sponsored by W&L Construction and Paving Incorporated and Marilat Industries, Inc. Riders are members of the Daisy Girl Scouts. Here comes another of the Shrine units, the Surrey Shrine Mini Truckers from Mount Airy, North Carolina. This unit includes 8 mini Kenilworth tractors, 1 minivan ambulance, and 1 mini wrecker. They're sponsored in today's parade by Utility Trailer Manufacturing Incorporated. Lead vehicle was provided by King Ford. And here we have the entry of an antique automobile. And here we have Girl Scout Troop number 228. It's a local group of brownies marching today's parade. Following the Girl Scouts, we have Cub Scout Pack number 93. This pack is sponsored by First United Methodist Church, and they're marching in today's parade to celebrate Scouting and the beginning of the holiday season. This is another professional float in the parade today. It's sponsored by First National Bank of Saltville and Chilhowie and the Atkins Community Bank. And here comes Pizza Pizza, the Little Caesars character. He's riding in a chariot pulled by the company's vehicle.
The man needs to be on the phone.
And here is FM 94's Bright Red Country Cruiser, Marion's own WMEV radio station, on location for Southwest Virginia's most listened to radio station. representing Mount Rogers National Recreation Area in the parade today is a fire suppression truck with Smokey the Bear, sponsored by Laurel Spring Dairy. The lead vehicle was furnished by King Ford Chrysler Jeep Eagle. This float is sponsored by H.S. Williams Company Incorporated and Berry Enterprises. The riders are Stacy Odom, Chilhowie High School homecoming queen, along with her court. And also riding are Casey Cruey, Miss Chilhowie High School, and her court. And how appropriate that behind them we should have the Chilhowie High School Band. They won second place in the band competition for this year, the Mighty Warrior Marching Band. Let's take a listen. Next up is a commercial vehicle representing one of Marion's newest businesses, Prime Star. And here comes some real crowd pleasers, the Kazim Characters, a shrine unit from Bristol, Tennessee, consisting of 20 to 25 characters riding and walking in funny costumes. Their sponsor for today's parade is CBM Technologies of Marion. Lead car, furnished by King Ford Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle. This float celebrating the holiday season is from Ebenezer Lutheran Church of Marion, Virginia. This float is sponsored by TRW Steering Systems. The riders are employees and family members of TRW. And here we have an entry from the Marion Civitan Club. Their float tied for first place in the non-business category. Marion Civitan serves the Association for Retarded Citizens. They sponsor an annual Fisherama, summer enrichment program, family indoor circus, and bowl-a-thon in Marion. And here we have Home Nursing Company Incorporated, a nonprofit home health agency with offices in Chilhowie, Lebanon, and Ridgelands. And here is another of the professional floats by Klein Float Company of Catawba, North Carolina. This one is sponsored by Dana Spicer Universal. This lead vehicle from King Ford Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle is leading in a group of Kazim truckers, a shrine unit from Roanoke, Virginia, consisting of many trucks. They're sponsored in today's parade by Seaver Brown Funeral Home. Following those little trucks is one of the largest units in today's parade, the Food City Shopping Cart, a giant shopping cart that is 13 feet tall and 15 feet long, powered by a specially designed 1,500 horsepower engine, weighs 2,500 pounds, and holds 360 bags of groceries. Following the giant shopping cart is a replica of the Museum of Middle Appalachia, soon to be built in Saltville, Virginia. This float with candy canes on it is sponsored by the Bank of Marion. Following this float is the first place winner of the band category, the Virginia Highlands Pipes and Drums, an authentic bagpipe band dressed in their own plaid. There are approximately 15 pipers and drummers from Roanoke to Abingdon, Virginia. This unit is sponsored by the Brunswick Corporation, and the lead vehicle was sponsored by King Ford. Next up is a commercial unit featuring employees and family members of Moore's Air Conditioning, a local Marion business. Next up is the entry that tied for first place in the non-business category. It's a seasonal float designed and built by the youth of Christ Episcopal Church. This is a commercial entry featuring a vehicle driven by the owner of Details Hair Salon. This professional float is sponsored by Slint Brand & Associates Incorporated and the Aussie Trader. The Aussie Trader is a catalog retailer of fine Australian products, locally owned and operated in Marion. The riders are models for the Aussie Trader, featuring some of their products. And here we have another crowd pleaser, the Kazim Abnormals, a shrine unit from Abingdon, Virginia, featuring scooters, bikes, carts, and clowns. Sponsored in today's parade by Hurricane Bowl. And the Kazim Abnormals are the first place winners in the shrine unit category. The Marion Holiday Kaleidoscope Parade Committee is honored to have so many shrine units in today's parade. The committee is donating $50 for each shrine unit participating to the Shriners Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina. In addition, the prize money for the winning Shriners class will also be donated to the hospital. And following the Kazim Abnormals is an entry from Jericho Temple, Kingsport, Tennessee. Following that crazy bunch of guys is another professional float by Klein Float Company. It's sponsored by Marion Mutual Insurance Agency and Ellis Home Oxygen and Medical Equipment. The rider is Northwood High School homecoming queen, Crystal Harris. And here we have Northwood High School Marching Band, composed of high school students from the Saltville area. Domino from Appalachian Pizza and Domino's, riding in the back of a decorated vehicle. This next entry is from the Marion Police Department. It's the Dare Bear and McGruff, riding in the back of the police department's newest vehicle. The sponsor is Dr. James L. Gates, a local dentist. And here we have another professional float from Klein Float Company of Catawba, North Carolina. This one is sponsored by Smith County Mutual Insurance Company and Francis Brothers Incorporated. Riders are the winners of the coloring contest, sponsored by the Marion Holiday Kaleidoscope Parade Committee. This float celebrating the holiday season tied for second place in the non-business category. It's sponsored by the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. This is the first time that the parade committee has offered prize money for units participating in the parade. It was hoped to stimulate interest in the parade, as well as to donate money back to the community. They're hoping that the winners in the commercial categories will donate the prizes to their favorite charity. And here we have an entry from the Marion Life Saving Crew. It's an antique Dodge ambulance, sponsored by John Tate Century 21 Realty. Following the Life Saving Crew is a commercial entry from the Marion Walmart store. This float is sponsored by City Drug Store and J.C. Penney Catalog Store. Riders are members of a local brownie troop. And here comes a real spirited group, the Marion Middle School football team and cheerleaders. The Marion Middle School football team went undefeated this season. Following them is the Marion Middle School Band. It's composed of middle school students from the Marion area. Band director is Hubert Fulton. Against Drugs, a drug-free group of students from the Blue Ridge Job Corps. Their mission is to encourage drug-free lifestyles among students and the community. Here is Miss Harvest Queen 1994, Joanna Smith, age 13 of Chilhowie. She's the winner of a beauty contest sponsored by Southern Rainbow Pageants. This entry is from McDonald's. Employees are handing out cards for free fries and cookies. And here we have a convertible full of models wearing fashions from Bottoms Up, a local clothing store. And this lead vehicle from Marion Chevrolet Oldsmobile Geo is leading in a group of Kazim Hillbillies, a shrine unit from Galax, Virginia, consisting of 8 old vehicles and 35 members dressed as hillbillies. We're sponsored in the parade today by Appalachian Realty. And here we have the first place winner in the enhancement category, where you could add on to an already professionally done float. This one is sponsored by the Harwood Companies Incorporated, with costumes designed by Alan Smith and made at the Harwood Company plant. Here we have the Chilhowie Middle School Band, composed of middle school students from the Chilhowie area. Band director is Glenn Weller. This next float is a professional float from Klein Float Company, and it's sponsored by VFW Post number 4667 and the Ladies Auxiliary. And this is the first place marching unit, other than band that is, and it's the East End Baptist Church, their children's church, conveying the message of the true Christmas story. And following them, we have the unit that tied for second place in the non-business category, with a lead vehicle sponsored by Marion Chevrolet Oldsmobile Geo. It's the Gold Wing Riders Association, Chapter H of Abingdon, Virginia. The sponsor is Hoffer's Computer Service. And here we have another professional float. This one sponsored by Marion Chevrolet Oldsmobile Geo and Jerry's Homes Incorporated. Riders are members of Brownie Girl Scout Troop number 460. And this is the Smith Bland Library Bookmobile. It distributes books to outlying areas of Smith and Bland counties. This float is sponsored by King Ford Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle and McNeil Furniture Incorporated. Riders are members of the Marion Senior High Homecoming Court and the Miss Marion Senior High School Court. Here is the Marion Senior High School Band, marching band composed of high school students from the Marion area. Band director is Noel Collins. A very popular unit along the parade route. It's the Marion Volunteer Fire Department Candy Wagon. And following that is the most popular guy of all, Santa Claus. It's been a real treat bringing you the parade today from downtown Marion, and we here at Blue Ridge Public Television wish you and yours a very safe and happy holiday season.